this is an iHeart podcast.
Good morning. Welcome to Today.
From back to school to tackling your to-do list, the Today Show is your best start to the day.
It's a new season, and every morning we're here to help you take it all on as the forecast calls for football all across the country.
Blockbuster stars, live concerts, and so much more. Wake up to where it's all happening.
We're getting back to all of it, and the best way to start is together.
Watch the Today Show, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. on NBC.
Hey there, it's Ryan Seacrest for Safeway. Now through August 28th, it's back to deals time where you can enjoy store-wide deals and earn 4 times points. Look for in-store tags to earn on eligible items. From Cape Cod, Haagen-Dazs, M&M's, Ritz, Chips Ahoy, Deer Park, All, Poppy, Charmin, and Red Bull. Then clip the offer in the app for automatic event-long savings. Shop in-store or online for easy drive-up-and-go pickup or delivery. Subject to availability. Restrictions apply. Visit Safeway.com for more details.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This August, we're bringing back some of our favorite Womanica episodes you might have missed. All month, we'll be talking about pink-collar workers. These women revolutionized jobs that have traditionally been called women's work. Through their lives, they created a more just and humane world for us today. With that, here's one of our favorite episodes. Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about word weavers, people who coined terms, popularized words, and even created entirely new languages. These activists, writers, artists, and scholars used language to shape ideas and give voice to experiences that once had no name. In the 1960s, farm workers in California erupted in a grassroots movement to fight for better working conditions. With multi-year boycotts and marches over hundreds of miles long, the United Farm Workers captivated the world with their protest. You might be familiar with its slogan, "Si se puede," meaning yes we can. But do you know the woman who coined it? Let's meet Dolores Huerta. Dolores was born on April 10, 1930 in Dawson, New Mexico, a small town nestled in the mountains in the north of the state. While today it's considered a ghost town, Dawson was once a booming mining city that thousands of people, including Dolores, called home. Her father, Juan, was a farm worker and miner by trade, as well as a union activist who went on to win a seat in the New Mexico legislature. But it's her mother, Alicia, who Dolores cites as a primary source of inspiration. When Dolores was 3 years old, her parents divorced. She moved with her mother and 2 brothers to Stockton, California, where she'd spend the bulk of her childhood and early adult life. In Stockton, Alicia was known as a compassionate businesswoman, active in community affairs and civic organizations. She owned a restaurant and hotel, welcoming in farm workers and lower-wage workers to offer them affordable lodging and meals. Dolores' community in Stockton was brimming with working-class families of Mexican, Filipino, African-American, Japanese, and Chinese descent. Growing up, she watched as her peers and neighbors faced consistent racial profiling, police brutality, labor exploitation, and discrimination. Dolores faced that bias firsthand. One time, a school teacher accused her of cheating because her essays were too well written. But Dolores never let society's perceptions dim her potential. After graduating high school, she attended college and earned a provisional teaching credential. She put it to use and gave back to the communities she came up in. Dolores taught the children of farm workers, but day in and day out, she couldn't shake the feeling that her students deserved more. Her students came to school hungry, sometimes without shoes on their feet. The school principal referred to farm worker families as degenerates. Dolores knew farm workers. She knew that they were incredibly hardworking, and yet did not receive the compensation or respect they deserved. Catalyzed by her anger, Dolores left teaching to work for the Stockton Community Service Organization, which was dedicated to improving economic conditions for the Latino community. Dolores' time at the CSO marked the start of her activist career and introduced her to an important partner in her fight for farm workers' rights, activist Cesar Chavez. Cesar was the CSO's executive director. He and Dolores quickly realized that they shared a common vision. They wanted to build a farm labor justice movement, but the CSO was not aligned with their mission. So they left the organization and launched the National Farm Workers Association in the spring of 1962. Under this new organization, Dolores and Cesar hit the ground running, conducting outreach with local farm workers and educating them on the ins and outs of civil rights, striking, and unionization. Some of these farm workers toiled for wages as low as 70 cents an hour, working all day through brutal heat without rest or access to toilets or cold drinking water. In 1965, Filipino-American grape workers in Delano, California, decided to strike for higher wages. They asked the National Farm Workers to join their strike. The strength of the strike grew in numbers, and with 1,200 member families on board, the 5-year Delano grape strike began. Worldwide, consumers began boycotting California table grapes and their growers. At its peak, 17 million Americans participated in the strike. Dolores' leadership in this boycott was undermined, and even some of her fellow organizers saw her as second to Cesar. But when Cesar and other men in the movement decided to march 300 miles from Delano to the Sacramento state capitol to make a statement, it was Dolores and other women, with their children, who maintained the picket lines. Violence and sexism were a regular reality at demonstrations. As she later recollected, growers tried to run her over with their cars, pointed rifles at her, and sprayed the picket line with sulfur. She was arrested more than 25 times and beaten by the police, resulting in life-threatening injuries. In spite of it all, Dolores kept her eyes on the prize and maintained her commitment to nonviolent action. By 1970, when the strike and boycott ended, the grape workers signed their first union contract, negotiated by Dolores, and secured better pay, benefits, and protections. The work of the UFW in California piqued the interest of other farm workers across the country. Some wondered if such a powerhouse movement could be replicated, especially in less populated states. Dolores was told there was just no way. It simply could not be done. In Spanish, that translates to no se puede, or no you can't. But for Dolores, no was not in her vocabulary. She countered the sentiment, saying, sí se puede, or yes we can. And the slogan caught on fast. Sí se puede became the UFW's trademark and continues to be widely used in the immigrant rights movement.
Sí se puede! Sí se puede! Sí se puede! Sí se puede! Sí se puede!
It even inspired the campaign slogan of former President Barack Obama.
With 3 words that will ring from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. Yes, we can.
Who awarded Dolores with the Medal of Freedom in 2012. Dolores' profound contributions to the American labor movement secured historic wins for domestic farm workers and immigrants, leaving lasting provisions that are still in effect today, like the 1975 California Agricultural Labor Relations Act and the 1986 Immigration Reform and Control Act. In 2003, she established the Dolores Huerta Foundation, which supports communities and grassroots social justice organizing. At the age of 95, Dolores is still active in the labor, women's rights, and racial equality movements, championing the stance that we can all become activists. And that's what it will take to secure a better future. Thanks for listening to this best of episode of Womanica. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Join us tomorrow for another one of our favorite episodes honoring pink-collar workers. Talk to you then.
Our partner, Eli Lilly and Company, just announced Duets for Type 2 Diabetes, a campaign celebrating real patient stories of support because managing Type 2 diabetes doesn't have to be a solo act. Share your story at mounjaro.com/duets. Mounjaro tirzepatide is an injectable prescription medicine that is used along with diet and exercise to improve blood sugar, glucose, in adults with type 2 diabetes mellitus. Mounjaro is not for use in children. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, and before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. Once weekly Mounjaro is available by prescription only in 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, and 15 milligram per 0.5 milliliter injection. Call 1-800-LILY-RX, 800-545-5979, or visit mountjaro.lilly.com for the Mounjaro indication and safety summary with warnings. Talk to your doctor for more information about Mounjaro. Mounjaro and its delivery device base are registered trademarks, owned or licensed by Eli Lilly and Company, its subsidiaries or affiliates.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Did you know Apple Card is designed to help you pay off your balance faster with smart payment suggestions? And because fees don't help you, Apple Card doesn't have any. So if your credit card is an Apple Card, maybe it should be. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Variable APRs range from 18.24% to 28.49% based on creditworthiness. Rates as of July 1st, 2025. Terms and more at applecard.com.
This is an iHeart podcast.